Deborah. I still have that snap of you. I still have that snap from all those fucking years ago.
Mutated Ray Romano face. I don't think we had met you yet, Cole. But
this was back in
the day.
This is like you and I our friendship was still new. Also, sync clap for both.
We were on Snapchat, and like Snapchat does that thing. It has one of those filters where, like, if you put a picture of somebody, it'll like filter it onto your face.
Yeah. That was back in 2016. That was years before Cole was in the picture.
So I found a picture of Ray Romano, a really low quality picture of Ray Romano,
obviously,
and because that's the only pictures
of Ray Romano that exist,
as you know. And so I did the filter, and it looked fucking monstrous, and so I was just like, Deborah, I'm a monster, Deborah.
Now I have to find it so I can send it. Now I have to find it and send it to you so you can cut it here.
Yeah, I have no idea where it is.
I have it saved on my hard drive somewhere.
Hello, friends. Thank you for joining me today, and I'm glad you did because I've got something pretty great for you, and that is another episode of the Vidcast. I'm here with Cole and Zach.
Hello.
Oh.
And we're here to talk about stuff.
Stuff and things.
Things. I got something like weird. It's just everything's going crazy.
Stuff and things and stuff and things and things and other stuff.
Stuffing things into things.
Welcome to the Turducken Podcast.
Turducken Podcast. What is your ideal turducken like food monstrosity? Like if you could take a thing and put it into a thing and then put it into another thing.
First off, let me say, having had a turducken, it's quite good.
Yeah, it is really good.
I feel like it'd be hard to like cook all of the birds properly.
My stepmother did it, and I ate the aftermath, and it was real good. So.
I ate the aftermath. Yes. Why does that sound weirdly metal? Like,
I Ate the Aftermath is my favorite like Whitechapel album.
But let's see, ideal turducken would be
I'm waiting on Zach to go full Joe Rogan here.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm going. So venison, so like a deer, just like the chest cavity of a deer for venison.
Call it.
With sorry. Chest cavity of a bison as the exterior.
There it is. Better.
With just deer as the middle. With deer as the middle, and then I would go with a you know what? I would go with a bunch of the inside instead of stuffing would just be filled with foie gras.
Oh God!
Inside of the chest cavity of a deer?
Yeah,
that's a lot of foie gras.
A ton of foie gras.
And I call it the Biviergras. I don't fucking know.
Biviergras is my favorite black metal band.
Bivengras. Now it sounds Nordic.
Bivengras. They're taking the hottest to Bivengras.
Banned in Canada. Like they did one show there back in like 1987, and it just did not go well.
a lot of satanic.
Enough, though, they're allowed back in Quebec.
A lot of satanic imagery. It did not go over well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking of satanic imagery, we are sponsored by Aussie Lemonade style.
Obviously.
Snapple. Okay. I need to do another Snapple video soon because the legit reason. Okay, so the legit reason why I haven't done a Snapple video in a long time is because every time I get peach tea Snapple, I drink it too fast before I get around to doing the video. So I was just like, I really want the peach tea, and then I drink the peach tea.
I mean,
and then I don't have peach tea for the video.
I was gonna say, if anything, you get like some regular fucking iced tea and just refill the bottle.
That's a lie. And a lie.
Yeah, well, you know what they lie to us too. They lie to us in all their fucking marketing. You think those McDonald's fucking ads are all real food? It's not. It's fucking mashed potatoes for the fucking ice cream. It's all a fucking lie.
If you think food from McDonald's is real, it's not.
It's also not.
Yeah. Yeah, forget about the commercials and the pictures. The actual food.
No, listen, we can't go down that iceberg. It'll turn into a fucking 3-hour episode.
I do. Okay, but here's the thing. I do have to talk about one thing.
God.
McDonald's. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention. They currently have a do-it-yourself menu hack menu right now.
We've been doing that shit for fucking ever. Don't call it a crispy double. It's a fucking McOrgy or a McGangbang. Call it for what it is. It's always been that.
No.
I don't know.
I don't know
what the fuck either you were talking about.
What they're advertising as the crispy double is not the McGangbang.
Right,
it is a double cheeseburger with chicken nuggets. It's a double cheeseburger with chicken nuggets. They have that. They have the...
Great. They have McGangbang in my fucking search history now.
What you like to see. So they have the land, air, sea. So you're supposed to take the 3 sandwiches they give you and put them together. So the land beef is the Big Mac.
There's a McDonald's wiki?
Yeah. There's an everything.
The McGangbang, also called the Baba Booey Burger.
I've never heard that. I kind of love it though.
The Baba Booey Burger.
I'll start calling it a Baba Booey.
Baba Booey. So they have the land aspect, which is the beef, which is the Big Mac. They have the sea, which is the Filet-O-Fish,
which is an abomination.
And then they have the air. No, Zach. Before you continue, I need to do the land, air, sea is a Big Mac, a Filet-O-Fish for the sea, and the air is a McChicken. You know, that bird that doesn't actually fly. They kind of hover, but they don't really fly in the air.
So,
what'd you find?
So it says, if I walked into a McDonald's and ordered a McGangbang with it, even know what I'm talking about. The response, yes, they would know what you're talking about. They know everything about you. They might even kiss you on the lips.
Yep. I will say the best like menu hack, if you go to McDonald's and get a McDouble, ask for a McDouble with mac sauce, and they'll put the mac sauce on the McDouble. It's fucking great.
Ooh.
Also, so just to loop it back, neither of you gave your turducken abomination combinations.
Oh God, I don't even know. I think I do
combinations.
Combinations. I think I do because I saw a video and I think I do a dessert turducken.
Ooh.
So I take I'm gonna start from the inside out. So I'd have like a core of like Whoppers, like malted milk balls.
Ooh, okay.
That get wrapped Cold Stone style into some sweet cream ice cream. That gets surrounded by delicious thin layers of cotton candy.
When you order the Sam special, you also get 2 shots of insulin for free.
Mm-hmm. Which is honestly the best way to get insulin in this country, funnily enough.
Because the American healthcare is broken as shit.
Mm-hmm.
They hate you.
Yep, the best way to help your diabetes is to order the Sam. That's the trick, right? It's just like you're not actually supposed to eat the Sam special. It's just a secret to get you insulin. For like $2.
It's the diabetes underground railroad. It's how you get fucking insulin by subverting the system.
That's what we're gonna do. This is like okay, come in, do that. Okay, if you order our deluxe peanut butter and jelly sandwich, you get an EpiPen.
It's like that heart attack place in like Vegas.
It's the one place that you can fucking you can still order Sangria Blast, and that's what gets you a chemo drip.
God, I miss Sangria Blast so fucking bad.
Me too.
Chemo drip, Sangrimo drip. Let me get that Sangrimo drip, baby.
All right, take him to room 3.
Oh fuck.
What about you, Cole? What's your turducken monstrosity, Cole?
I don't know. I feel like I would want mine to be fully smoked, like it's an all-day process. So like,
you're already speaking my language.
Get like a pig, right? Like a full pig.
Yes.
I'm thinking like brisket somehow is in there, right? Are you following me? Right?
Yep.
Maybe like, I don't know, like brats somehow or another like underneath, so like all that like brisket juice is getting all over that with like some peppers and onions and shit.
Man, yes sir.
And you just let that go for like 8 hours. Like you start in the morning, like right before you're done, you have a power hour, and then you take it off.
And when you order that, it comes with the side. The only side item is a desk of cornbread.
A desk.
Yes. Like a fucking grip. Like it's like when we don't give you an actual number, you're just getting like a quantity. It's like, can I get a plate?
Thank you for ordering the Cole special. Here's your cornbread desk.
They have to wheel it out on a dolly. On a hand truck.
Wings. I don't know where they're gonna go, but some wings in some capacity are going in there.
I feel like the wings would have to be. I feel like they should be between the pig and the brisket.
Yeah, probably.
I can see that. I like that.
Now the question is, what are we talking for wings? Are we talking mild? Are we talking hot? Are we talking spicy?
It's hot. It's hot. It's hot and lemon pepper. All day long.
Ooh.
Like, if you mix the two, even like if you do like a lemon pepper wet, but you're like doing it with like some like hot sauce. Ooh.
Well, that was my other question: is are there any other dry rubs or marinades within this?
Oh
this
fuck
beast?
Yeah! All over that bitch. All over.
Oh,
that
and also that's what it's called.
It's not
called the Cole Special. It's just called the Beast.
Yeah,
the Beast. Yeah, there's some lemon pepper in there. There's some Cajun rub in there. There's some garlic parm in there. There's whatever you'd like.
Oh yeah, like we got you.
Yeah. Damn! Now I'm hungry. Now I'm hungry for all these things that don't exist.
They could exist if you simply try.
Yeah, find a big enough smoker. We can do this.
Yeah. A big enough smoker, a big enough imagination, a big enough appetite.
Cole and I have like a fucking cauldron out in the middle of the Tellico River. We look like we're performing alchemy trying to make this thing work.
You guys come back to Tennessee, find me in like that like little like middle like walkway on my apartment complex, and I'm just digging a trench and filling it full of like hot coals. I'm like brandishing the spade at anyone who comes near me, like
We just pull a Mac and we're just like how are you going to do this? Well, first things first. With God, all things are possible. So write that
down.
Valid.
Can we talk about Cole and I received boxes in the mail?
Yeah.
2 days ago.
Yeah.
You might have seen the unboxing video on the channel. Actually, record and release that the day we got it. Zach sent us some stuff, and we're gonna get to. So the key thing is, I have it in the background here. Cole and I both got our advanced reader copies of Wetwork, the sequel to
actually, Chanel got one as well. So
Chanel also got one. So this is a special like pre-release cover, and you'll kind of notice, and we'll get to the book itself in a second. You'll kind of notice on my copy here. It's a little stain. It's got a little some marks on it.
I'm still fucking mad about that.
So I gotta talk. I get the box, right? So the book is not the only thing that was in the box. Zach has been promising us for a while that he was going to get us some Wawa Holiday Blend coffee. He was going to send it to us, and he did so. He finally did so. There was a couple other things in there. I got a can of chili mac and a can of tuna.
I got tuna
sent us
as well.
Some espresso pods.
I got some espresso pods as
well. Send us some espresso pods for a machine, that I don't have. So that's something. And then I think Cole and Chanel. Yeah, Cole and Chanel got something different. I got a bag. I forgot to send you a clove of garlic. I got a bag of Papa John's garlic sauce and a packet of ketchup. The garlic. So this is going to lead into the thing. So the garlic sauce was inside of a plastic bag, and it was busted. So the bag was just leaking garlic sauce. Thankfully, it was in a bag.
That's why I double bagged it just in case that was going to happen.
Yeah, and it sure did. But the main event, I opened the box up and was like, what the fuck is going on? I pulled the book out. It is covered in coffee grounds.
Yeah,
I mean, completely covered. It's like, what the hell is going on? So I'm like going through and pulling stuff out. The can of chili mac is covered. Tuna's covered in coffee grounds. I finally pulled a bag of coffee out. And if you go back and watch the video, I put it up into the camera. I'm not going to put in a clip here because I don't feel like it. But on the back of the bag, there were 3 puncture wounds, like stab wounds. Basically, they were very precise and like a triangle at the bottom corner of the bag. And at first, I was just like, "Was this a prank? did I just get pranked? And so Zach finally sees the video, and I tell him about it. He's like, no, I didn't do that. That was the Postal Service. So
yeah, I think they were using your box to practice their fucking free throws or something. With how fucked up the box was, with the fact that the coffee was busted, and with how fucking bad the garlic was busted. That's the thing.
They had to have opened the box and did it specifically because the box had no puncture wounds in it. The box was a little fucked up, but it was just like probably normal like shipping. I thought
you were moving bricks, dog.
Yeah, they opened the box and they had to go into the box to do that because it had precise puncture wounds, like
they probably X-rayed it, or because the Elgato was in there too. So they were like, "What the fuck is going on?" And there's electronics,
a brick of cocaine and a wire for a bomb.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Like that's the only thing.
The world's shittiest Ted Kaczynski right here.
Mm-hmm. So government agencies are really, really fucking
incompetent
stringent about coffee.
I was gonna say dumb, but yeah,
yeah, that as well, yes. But specifically about, they're very like anal about coffee.
Well, you know why? It's because they knew that it wasn't some shitty veteran owned, veteran operated coffee that tastes like shit because their beans aren't even that good.
I remember when I was coming home from Teleco last year, the coffee that Cole sent us home with, I had it in my bag, and they pulled me aside, and I was at security, and I was standing there butt fuck early because obviously we were coming from Teleco.
Well, I think you were going to say butt fucking naked.
Leaving Teleco, I was dead.
Yeah, I know. We talked about that. Cole was still hungover when he took me to the airport. But it was I was standing in line. I never told you this, Cole, but like we were on the fast track, the clear thing that I used to bypass, like the big lines of security, was on the other side of the airport from where you dropped me off. So I had to go through regular security because I didn't feel like walking all the way over with my stuff. And after all of that, they pull me aside. I'm standing there for 10 fucking minutes while they like give my coffee a fucking prostate exam to make sure it's not whatever they think it is. I don't understand their fixation with coffee.
The good old fucking TSA.
I was gonna say, like, I know that a lot of times if you were trying to hide the scent of something, dropping it in coffee is really good for that because it's kind of like, hey, it's pretty strong. Who's gonna smell this? Whatever this is, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah. But isn't that not what the fucking X-ray machines are for?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
can they not see through that?
Well,
he's trying to smuggle microchips that are shaped like coffee beans.
I'm not saying the substance, outright, but there is a substance that under like an X-ray looks similar to coffee grounds.
Yeah, but the ones you gave us were whole bean.
Yeah, they were whole bean.
Well, then TSA fucking sucks. I mean, they've always sucked.
Stop the presses. The TSA sucks. Yeah. In other news, water is still fucking wet. Yeah. Oh, shit. Cole coming at us with that hard-hitting commentary about the fucking incompetence of the TSA.
Oh, my God. I do want to... So one thing, though, that I got pulled aside for that was actually my bad, when Chelsea was still working for the airline... she was in Portland. She was stationed in Portland for a little bit before she got stationed back in Seattle. And I went to Portland I flew out to Portland to visit her, and I had a plastic baggie of Sour Patch Kids, like unlabeled Sour Patch Kids, which if you're coming from Washington, going through security, you might consider those gummies or something that's not.
You're going to Oregon. I mean...
security doesn't know that.
Meanwhile, I've successfully made it through TSA unknowingly with spent ammo rounds and fucking a Bic lighter and a Zippo lighter that I didn't realize was in my fucking bag.
The way that they like clock shit is so weird.
Like, I would be either because anything that would be misconstrued for in Washington would be illegal, right?
Mm-hmm. Cole, it's the federal government we're talking about here. The left hand doesn't talk to the right hand.
I'm just I'm just trying to rationalize it somehow.
You can't. It's
that's folly.
Not only is it the federal government, it's also the TSA.
It's the federal government. The left hand talks to the butthole and thinks it's a mouse.
Where it's
the left hand talks to the butthole.
Rent-a-cops, TSA.
I would say TSA are below like secretaries.
There's like one viewer of this channel that works at the TSA. It's like, come on, guys.
What the fuck? Oh man, they better hope that they never pass through my airport,
world, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, your agency should have ceased to exist after the Afghan airlift, but the government doesn't want to give up its power. So,
I remember when I worked at the grocery store years and years ago when I was younger back in Ohio. It was one of those stores that had a bank built into the inside, and I was like really I was like chatty with the people that worked at the bank. And then one day I was flying out of Dayton, and after one of the guys that worked at the bank had left, and he was the TSA agent. I was like, "Oh hey, dude!" He's like, "Oh, what's up?"
I also the last 3 times I flew, I got pulled aside and swabbed for gunpowder residue because turns out that my range bag is also the perfect size to be a carry-on bag because it fits in all the overhead. So I just fuck it, I'll use that. And turns out there's a lot of gunpowder residue left over.
One sniff and it just immediately alerts.
It wasn't a dog. It was something.
Cat. Drug sniffing cat.
Gunshot residue sniffing cat.
Fucking
it's the thing where they run the fucking swab over your hands to see if it's still on your hands.
Yeah.
But that all being said, so Cole, Chanel, and I all got copies of, like I said, the advanced reader copy of Wet Work, the sequel to Deception. I'm very excited to start reading it soon. I'm actually, as we're recording this, my grandma and my aunt are flying me out to Arizona this weekend.
Very nice.
So because I haven't seen my aunt since I left England.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so then I left England in 2008.
I was going to say, it's been a minute.
That's cool.
Yeah,
really,
so it's
cool.
gonna be exciting to see. It's gonna be exciting to see her and see my grandma because I haven't seen her since COVID, since before COVID started. So I'm gonna be taking this with me to read on the plane. It's very exciting. I noted there's the glossary of terms that we discussed is in the back of the book as discussed, as well as and I did skip to the back just to specifically see really quickly.
Let me guess, is that in the D section?
Yeah, sure is.
Yeah, that's Delta Force.
Oh, okay. Just everything about Delta Force. Can
Everything.
I leave that in, or do you need me to cut that?
No, you can fucking leave that.
Okay.
Listen, there are Black Hawk Down clips and fucking interviews and shit on YouTube that fucking talk about it. If you've read or seen Black Hawk Down and or Zero Dark 30, you know everything that was fucking redacted from any of my books. It's so fucking stupid.
Yeah. But specifically, the thing in the back right before the glossary of terms is this.
Oh my. Look at that mean.
Look at that mean. It's a fucking trilogy. Who knew? So I'm excited to read this. Like I said, Deception was very good, and I'm excited to read Wet Work. And that is that. How's work on All In going, Zach? Are you really just focused on Wet Work right now?
Oh, All In's done.
Hell yeah!
I wrote it in October, November of 2021 because it was already written. It just needed to be rewritten. Now it's
perused through.
So for right now, the main focus is on Wet Work and getting everything set for the release date, April 22nd. The pre-orders for the Kindle version should be open soon. But then after that, I got to start with the audiobook. Because how I'm doing them from now on is I'm doing a 2-tier release system. So the day of the release day will be Kindle and paperback, and then probably 3-4 months out from there will be Audible and hardback available on the same dates.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! That's also the cool thing about this. I'm probably going to order the paperback versions to have it, but advanced readers are hardback, baby.
Not all of them.
Baby.
Not all of them. We got special ones. Actually, which, by the way, Cole, do you prefer hardback books or paperback books?
Generally hardback, just because I like to have, if I'm going to have a physical copy of something, I want it to be kind of, sturdy, so...
Okay, so you're welcome then, because I was talking to Zach. I don't know where you were, but it was just me and him. He's like, do you want a hardback copy or a paperback copy? I said, hardback. He says, what do you think Cole would want? I said, hardback.
Yeah.
So you should all got hardbacks because of me.
Like, the only reason I haven't bought, like, there's this one book that is, like, all three Lord of the Rings, like, all together. The only reason I haven't bought it is because it's in paperback, and if I'm going to buy something like that, I want it to be like big and bound and like, you know,
that I feel like that would be like that should be like a really
it should be in hardback.
Well, actually, so what's funny about that is probably like a year or two after All In's release, I plan on doing a limited run, like maybe 500 pieces total, hardback compendium of Deception Network and All In as one.
That'd be cool.
One book. With
cool.
and I want to get the artwork done by Prairie Fire Art Co., the guy who I order all my military prints from.
Oh yeah.
I'm pointing behind me. They're on the other side of that wall. So like it'd be like Alex from Deception, Morgan from Wetwork, and Vinny from All In or something like that, and that would be the cover. And you know,
that's really cool.
Limited run, 500 pieces, all signed and numbered, things like that.
Hell yeah.
That's cool.
That's a really cool idea. Here, I'll talk more in detail about it later, but I think I'm ready to actually like announce a thing, which is I'm writing a book.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Which is really exciting. And
it's really fucking good. Like it's been years since I read anything in that sort of. What would you say? It's like a sci-fi fantasy.
It's like sci-fi fantasy. I think.
Yeah, it's like it's like sci-fi meets high fantasy, and
with a little bit of like espionage.
The last time I read something like that would have been like the Pendragon / Artemis Fowl books. Sam's book is really, really fucking good.
Yeah,
like I'm jonesing for the next fucking 10 chapters.
What's been great about your book is that like I will occasionally like get back on my PC to actually write shit for like my D&D world, like that I've been world building, which is very heavy mage punk, and so I'm like, oh shit, like I can immediately just flip the switch back into D&D like when I'm like actually looking over the stuff you sent me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm like, this is very close.
Yeah, so viewers, buy Sam's book when it comes out because you're not going to regret it. It's fucking awesome.
I will obviously be talking about it more as time goes on. I would estimate I'm about, I would say, maybe 50 to 60% of the way done with it at this point. And I gave Zach and Cole kind of like the ongoing like copies as I'm uploading my first draft. So basically I've been breaking them into like 10 chapters each, and that becomes my nightly reading when I have them. Yeah. So Zach's got, I don't know how much Cole has read, but
I've got a chance to read a ton. I've been a little busy.
There's been some stuff going on.
Yeah, the most recent chapter I read was the one that you sent me last weekend, where you were asking me about my thoughts on the pacing and all that, which I thought was great. So.
Yeah, which I like. That's a constant worry for me. Is this like, am I pacing this right? Are the events happening too quickly? Is this like things of that nature? So that's really why I want it to be read, and so I can get like feedback about it, pacing and stuff like that. And then obviously like grammar and formatting will get combed through as I go back through it. But yeah, I'm. It's called Unyielding. Like I said, it's like a sci-fi fantasy like espionage style book.
It's really, really good.
Real good.
Yeah, it's like a rebellion story. It's you know I'm very I had a literally it came to me in a dream. I feel like that's like cheesy to say, but it really did. I had like
it's a dream not because it's awesome.
Yeah, I had a dream about a concept and I started working on it, and I came up with it like at the end of 2020, and then I kind of started writing down like details about it, and then I started like fully.
No, because you were already working on the original format of it well before 2020. Because I remember. I was playing a mission in the Modern Warfare 2 remaster while listening to the sample that you made of the original first chapter.
Yeah, I remember like listening to stuff and reading stuff that you sent me back in my old apartment, like when I was still in like lockdown.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember the timeline then, because I remember like October 2020 was like when or maybe it was 2019. October 29th. I don't remember. It was an October.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was 2020.
It's been an ongoing process.
Yeah, Because I remember when you first came to us about it with like, because originally you had it planned as an audio series.
Yeah, like a podcast drama, but then I wanted to turn it into like a actual book.
Well, and that's the beauty of it is like you can still go back later and turn it into an audio drama.
Well, that's one of the things that I want to do is like Zach, because you have one of your ideas with it was Occupant, right? Where you wanted to.
Yep.
It was Occupant where you wanted to like do the narration, but then have the lines be read by the people that the characters are based on. Yeah, so
kind of like how the Dune audiobook had a cast. And then there was a central narrator. That's how I want to do it. Where you would read the lines of Sam. You know, I'd probably bring Cole in to read someone else because I didn't like a Cole character because I wrote it before I knew him. You know, things like that. Don't worry, Cole. I'm making up for that in my cyberpunk novel.
You're good.
Which you sent I need to read those chapters that you sent us. Sent me at least. But yeah, and I think one of my favorite things is there are two characters in there that are named after Zach and Cole, who I established as friends who pretend like they hate each other.
The interactions are exceptionally well written.
They are very well written and very accurate.
Yeah. So
that shit's accurate, yo.
About that. Accurate. It's accurate. But I'm excited. I've got a lot of the. Basically, I've got up to like the end game of the book plotted out, and then I have the vague details of what I want at the very end of the book to happen. And then once I'm done with what I'm doing now, I'll start that process. Yeah. But I've got a lot of good stuff coming.
Sam and I have plans to do a very writer-centric episode. Hopefully, we can bring Cole in too, because I know he's had some shorter stories that he's worked on over the past 2 years.
Even shorter stories, but like I think it'd be cool to hear like more about like the DM process, because that's another.
I didn't even think of that aspect.
Writer heavy, story heavy, like creative heavy.
Just so you guys know,
I hate to burst the reason not a whole lot.
Just so you know, when that episode comes, I went out and bought a fucking black turtleneck just for that episode.
Hell yeah!
But no, talk about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And also going back to, I think that was late 2020 as well. When you wrote that one short story, about
Cole?
When Cole wrote it.
The one you wrote.
And then it's
really good.
And then it's cool too, because then we can discuss different approaches to story writing and different methods that we choose and all that. But that's for another episode.
Yeah,
we'll get there. We'll do a separate thing about that eventually. But yeah, so I figured it's been long enough. I've been writing it for long enough of this. I didn't want to talk about it initially because I wasn't sure. Like, so I have a history when I write stuff of just like writing it and then dropping it, because I either don't have enough ideas or I lose my inspiration for it or whatever. Mm-hmm. And before I said anything, I wanted to like make sure that I was really invested in finishing the project, and I am. And so I feel like I'm okay mentioning it now. So that's. I mean,
I've been holding my breath for you to mention it for over a year now. So
yeah, I know he's been waiting. Actually, so it's not in the background right now, but if you go back, like in most of my videos over the last year, like 2021, I should say, if you look in the background, there have been these pictures of like drawings of people, like bust style images. So Tio Alex Art.
Shout out to Alex.
Yeah, for
Shout out to Alex. I went back mostly for me, because that's one of the things. So the characters in the book, I don't do a lot of like physical description of them unless it's like important to the plot. Because I want some of my favorite stories. The author kind of leaves it vague so that the reader can kind of come up with their own like vision for it and maybe even place themselves in the characters as well. And I really like that. A lot of my favorite stories do that. So I did that in the book, but for my inspiration, what I think they look like, I was like, hey, can you like draw these based on these descriptions? And he's like, yeah. And so the major players in the book, 9 of them, the 9 characters that are like, I would say are the main characters. He drew bust portraits of all of them, and I put them in a frame, printed and put them in a frame. And then, so that's been in the background of a lot of my videos, if you want a little Easter egg of what I think they look like. And then the other image has been like this small, like drawing of the city that like a rough drawing of the city that I drew to kind of give myself like a visual like how everything's laid out and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's coming along, and I'm enjoying the process.
Oh yeah.
Cole got an Xbox.
Yeah, Cole got an Xbox.
I got an Xbox.
How's that for a segue?
fucking whiplash. But before we talk about the Xbox, I got a little
a word from our sponsors.
Little crispy pop for
Very
another
nice.
juice monster because I'm so fucking tired. So yeah, Cole, talk about your Xbox experience.
It's been dope.
How did you get that? How did you get that? What was the advisory process for getting that Xbox?
So,
could you tell me? Could you paint a word picture for me, Cole?
So my
A word picture.
very, very, very kind, sweet, lovely, beautiful, funny, hilarious girlfriend Chanel has
there
been,
is your
Shout out
best
to
friend
Chanel.
Sam. Best friend Sam, actually.
has been in recovery for like I guess 2 weeks now from a procedure, and
It's been 2 weeks already. Holy shit!
Yeah.
and so has been hanging around the crib for most of that time, and I stayed for a week just to like help out and hang out, and then I had to go back to work that next week. And apparently, at some point in that time, she got a hold of Sam, my beautiful, awesome, sweet, amazing, funny, hilarious, just all around mensch of a dude best friend, and told him on what kind of Xbox to get me, because she knows I've been looking for one for a minute. Sam advised on what to get, and then she got one of my best friends who lives here at our complex to run out and get it. So I came home and I was like, "Hey, I have to go do XYZ. Just want to make sure that you're okay. Da 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 da. Can I help you with anything before I go do this thing?" And she's like, "Yeah, there's a bag in the closet. Can you grab it for me?" I was like, "Yes, what is it?" She's like, "It's like a Lulu bag." I'm like, "Got it." And I went to the closet and I grabbed it, and she's like, "That's for you." I was like, "I'm sorry, what?" And she's like, "That's yours." I'm like, "Oh, cool." And so I started fucking around with it, being a dickhead. And I'm like, "Ooh, it feels substantial."
As you are.
I was like, "Ooh, it feels substantial." Did you give me like some Warhammer shit? Because that's become a fucking money pit for your boy.
Yep.
God, I was gonna give you. Okay, can finish your story.
And so
Yeah, we'll talk about that after.
and lo and behold, there's a brand new Xbox, and I fully cried and was just floored by some overwhelming kindness from some of my favorite fucking people in the entire world. Yeah.
And now you can play Aliens Fireteam Elite with us. Yeah.
Oh yes, we played that. We played a little bit of that earlier. That was fun.
Yeah. So Cole. So legitimately, the process was, I get a text from Chanel on February 13th, mid-afternoon, and we talk about it, and then you have the Xbox February 14th.
Yeah, I know.
So it's a very quick process.
She like does these kind of things. Like she sets her mind to something. She's like, "Yep, got it, doing it now."
Yeah. And
Well,
it's
that's
not like
because
she has,
Chanel's
like,
a
lot
fucking
of extra
badass.
I know.
Well, she is a badass, but also she has like
badass.
not a lot of other stuff to do at the time as well.
Well,
so she could focus in her whole attention on.
It's been really cool because like I have some friends who work in the industry. One's a distro, one runs the bar, and they both also have Xboxes / like really nice gaming PCs, and so we've been able to like play, because a lot of like those games are like cross-platform, so I've been able to play online games for like the first time since college, I want to say. So it's been really, really cool. It's
Yeah,
been really,
you
cool.
got 3 months of Game Pass Ultimate prepaid, but like after that's over, it's like with tax, it's like $16 a month.
Yeah.
It's fucking nuts.
What I'll probably end up doing, because I paid the $1 to get a month of it, and then I'll tack on that 3-month promo, and then I'll probably end up going and buying like the year card and just purchasing a year out, just being like, all right, fuck it, one-time investment here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but it's awesome.
Yeah,
I
it's
dig
really
it a
cool.
lot.
And you can finally fucking play Forza, which is like your
Dude,
fucking
Forza
game.
has been sick.
Horizon 5 is phenomenal.
It's so dope. Like, I've got a bunch of different, like, a bunch of different cars that I've, like, tuned to, like, specific things, and, like, it's fucking awesome. Been playing a lot of Sea of Thieves, a lot of Halo. Yeah.
So I've been playing, so over Christmas, I got a bunch of Xbox gift cards. Pre-ordered Elden Ring, which, as we're recording this, is coming out like tonight. I was
gonna say, I think it's like very soon.
Yeah, so I'm gonna lose myself in that. I decided to give it a shot to like really get good. So I'm gonna play Elden Ring a bunch. But in the lead up to it, I gave Cyberpunk another shot. Yeah, so I rebought. It was like $30 on sale during Christmas. I rebought it on Xbox with some gift cards, and then I didn't touch it for a while, and then they released the next gen upgrades for like the Xbox Series X, S, and PS5. And so I was like, fuck it, I'll try it out now. I put about 50 hours and I did beat it. I beat the main campaign. I did a lot of side stuff.
Yeah.
And it's good. I would give Cyberpunk, as it sits right now, probably like a 7. I mean, it's not. So that's the thing. It's like I think that the story is cool. The gameplay is really fun, but it has a problem where it's still like super glitchy. It has a lot of glitches, and like so it'll just like I had to like get really good about like autos, like manual saving a bunch, because it'll just crash. It'll just crash.
See, like, I expected so much because, like, CD Projekt Red, like, made one of my favorite games.
You and literally everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
They made one of my favorite games of all time. Like, I have put in, I don't want to think how many hours into Witcher 3. Like, it's probably, I will look back, if I ever saw how many hours I put into it, I would look back and just be like, I could have done so much more with my life.
Well, you know where Cyberpunk does have a 10 out of 10 though? In its soundtrack.
The soundtrack is
soundtrack
is awesome.
The soundtrack is one of my go-tos now for like writing background music.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And not just for the Cyberpunk story.
Yeah. Also, I'll kind of without spoilers, I'll detail like 2 glitches that happened to me that I was just like, what the fuck? On top of the crashes. So the first one, and this happened a couple times, where with fast travel, you have to go to specific points on the map to use fast travel boxes to go to different fast travel points.
Yeah, I remember
you can't just fast travel from where you are. And so I was at a point like on the outskirts of the map where there weren't any nearby, so I had to drive like I drove for about 2 minutes to get to the closest box. Used it to go into the city where I was, and then when it got done loading, it launched me. It like loaded me in like back where I was. Not even where the box was, but back where I was. So I had to drive again.
No.
Manually saved it before I used the box. And then.
I thought you were going to say it spawned you in and launched you into the fucking sky.
No. I didn't have any. I didn't have any of those.
Full like Morrowind, first side quest type shit.
I did have one glitch. I wasn't going to talk about this because I forgot, but you reminded me. Where I was riding a motorcycle in the desert and I was just crashing through cactuses because why not?
Yeah.
Hit a cactus and the cactus broke. And then the motorcycle like flipped, and I was on the ground, and then I was up in the sky, and then I fell, and I hit the ground, and I died. Like, what the fuck? But the big one that really was, and I don't know if this is a persistent issue or if it's something that was just unique to me. But there's a mission at the very beginning, like pretty close to the beginning of the game, where you have to make some decisions about who's gonna live and how you're gonna handle a situation. You might have to kill somebody. And I handled it by not killing the leader of this gang, and then helping them fight.
Yep, I remember which part you're talking about.
Yeah, and so I left, and then later on in the game, there's a side mission, which what happens in that side mission is basically determinant on what you did at that beginning mission. But it defaulted as if I killed the leader of the gang and the stuff. So I was just like, so I walk up and they're just like, isn't that the bitch that stole that clept that robot? And I was like, I didn't clep shit. I paid for that and I helped you. And it just defaulted to like that decision, like I stole people. I was just like, you're supposed to track these things.
I think in fucking 10 years that game, like when they release a fucking anniversary edition, it will finally be truly playable. But,
yeah.
Man, there was even, I remember when it first released, there was a bug in the PC version where like the save data would just build on itself until eventually it got so big that it corrupted. So it was almost like a meta version of like, oh shit, the game is kind of doing like what Johnny Silverhand's doing to my fucking head. You know, where like, if you played for too long or you had too big of a save file, it would just break the game.
That's the worst. I think, and the other thing too is I hate I used a motorcycle for basically the entire game to drive around because I fucking hate.
Oh, the cars in that game handle like garbage.
And I didn't do any of them, but there's some fucking street racing missions.
No.
Side missions. I was like, no fucking thank you. You couldn't pay me. No thank you.
Well, I remember
skipped those.
The big thing that I got into was like the boxing side missions. But they don't give any clear like indication of like, okay, you're done with this area, go to this area. It's just like, all right, I'll go wherever. So like I went from fucking T-ball to varsity real fucking quick. So it was like
if you can track how difficult a mission is going to be in the journal where it'll say this danger is moderate, there's no danger, there's very high, there's high. That's actually I noticed that's a really good indicator. If it ever said moderate, I knew I was going to be able to breeze through.
I think that's cool, but I think they should make it a little more obvious than, I got to open up my journal, because I remember I went from fighting the one where it's like the two dudes that share a brain.
Yeah, that's actually the easiest one.
I was like, that was pretty easy. I fucking, I have that. So then, like, the next one I go to, there's, like, a guy who's like, I'll fucking bet my car. And I'm like, cool. And so I go there. And he fucking starts, like, matrixing around, and he fucking wobs me with one punch. I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, it's fucking wild, yeah.
And he was, like, a block over, too. It wasn't even like I had to travel across the city.
Yeah. By the time I beat the game, I was level 33. I had about 50 street cred. And there's a mission you can get pretty early after the first act, after you really get into the meat of it, that you get pretty early that you can just go tackle that'll fuck you up because it's a very high danger, and it stays very high for a long fucking time. And by the time I right before I went to go beat the game, I was like, fuck it, I'll just do it. The danger had only gone down to high. It dropped to high at level 33. And I still struggled with it. I was like, why would you scale a mission like this? This is stupid. But I think the thing that's most disappointing to me is you can see the places where there was so much more that they intended to do that they just didn't do.
Oh yeah.
Like there are certain games, like I think the Fallout games do this, where you can get alcohol and it like reduces your like combat and your motor skills and whatever, but it increases your charisma and your charm. So they have alcohol in the game and you can drink it, but it only reduces your stats. It doesn't give you anything.
Oh, that's fucking that's dumb.
Yeah, so all it's good for is for selling for like.
And they've done that, but they've used that effectively before. Like, once again, not to fucking beat the dead horse, like Witcher was like, there was a point in collecting alcohol because A, it could help you speak, but also B, you could use it to like refill all of your like potions and decoctions and mutagens.
Yeah, there's nothing like that. It doesn't give you any buffs to charisma or speech. It doesn't you can't gift it to people to improve relationships. Like there's so much in there that you can see that they either meant to do or wanted to do that they just didn't do. That that's really lame. Because they pushed it back so much.
Yeah. I still haven't played it. I've just heard so much just negative reviews of like I don't want to waste the money on something that wait until it comes. Wait
until it's either for sale or like on Game Pass or something.
Yeah, so that's where I got it. I got it for sale. If you can catch it for like 20, 30, or if it comes on Game Pass, I definitely think it's worth it if you're cool with like manually saving before you do anything like actually important.
I mean, it's fine.
The checkpointing the autosave checkpointing is okay. Like it's not bad, but like it'll set you back a little bit. You have to do some conversations and stuff that can be annoying. But like it's a solid like. It's a solid like 7. I think max it's a 7. So if you can catch it for like $20, I would say.
I'll try it out if it gets down there.
You'll enjoy yourself. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Really quick, I just wanted to say the other game that I'm not going to talk at length about it because it's kind of an older story at this point, but Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Still haven't played it.
Oh,
I'll say I got that Xbox.
so fucking good.
About it.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I got it. Somebody got it for me as a gift when it came out, and I fucking freebased that fucking game. It's really, really good. I know I have that rant video that I did about the fucking Pokemon shrinking themselves down. Which is so
fucking stupid.
It's so fucking stupid.
What a fucking cop-out answer, you know? They shrink themselves. Go fuck yourselves.
Yeah. But the game, like, it does so many, like, really cool, like, it fundamentally changes the formula of Pokemon in really great ways, to the point where if not all of those changes are not in the next main series Pokemon game, I'm not getting it.
Really?
Like, I'm a diehard Pokemon fan. I have gotten and played every single mainline Pokemon game, and most of the offshoots where I could.
Yeah.
And this, if they don't include those changes in the next Pokemon game, it's the first time I will not buy a mainline Pokemon game. Like the changes are that good and that serious. Like, it's phenomenal.
Your move, Reggie.
He's not. No, it's Bowser.
I know.
Doug Bowser.
So
okay.
So earlier,
yeah, go ahead, Zach.
Cole mentioned a money sink.
Oh God. Okay, and this is what I wanted to talk about, because you fucking guys.
I've narrowed it down to 3 that I'm gonna buy first.
Okay. So really quickly, I'm gonna time it. Let me pull up my timer. Because Zach's talking about Warhammer. Cole got Zach into Warhammer. I'm going to give you guys 5 uninterrupted minutes to talk about Warhammer to your heart's content. And then when I stop you, that is it. No more Warhammer. So I'm going to let you go.
This isn't about the lore. This is about the miniatures that I'm the first.
Sure, and you can talk about the lore if you want, but you have 5 minutes to talk about whatever you want Warhammer, starting now.
So the 3 that I've decided to get first, Cole, are the Acadian Shock Troops.
Okay.
The I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but the Katakan Jungle Fighters.
You got it right. Yeah.
Mark IV Space Marines.
Wait, which ones? The Mark IVs?
Mark IV. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Do you know what chapter?
I like the. See, I'm thinking about being a bitch and just going Ultramarines just to be like super vanilla at first.
It's so lame, but I get it.
I know. Well, I also didn't realize going into it that there are literally thousands of fucking chapters that I have to choose from.
Well, there's like, if you're lost, there's like 9.
What's the fucking, what are the ones that are the kleptomaniacs where they kill everything with one hand and they steal everything that isn't bolted down with the other?
Okay, I didn't hear a word you said. You just glitched out.
Oh, fuck.
I'll give you that time back. I'll give you 15 seconds.
The kleptomaniac ones?
The ones
like Space Marines?
Yeah, Space Marines that steal.
It sounds like Night Lords, but they also... The what?
The Blood Ravens.
Oh, yeah, they're fun. Also, it sounds like Night Lords, but they're chaos, and they also don't just steal everything, they just kill everything in a very, very horrible, terrible way.
But no, I haven't decided what chapter yet. But yeah, those are the those are the first 3. Because like you said, I really like the idea of like, hey, in this universe where everything's awful, you're a regular human with a gun that's jokingly referred to as a flashlight.
Yeah.
And then I also love the Space Marine design, so I want to get some of that.
What's hilarious with the flashlight? It has the firepower equivalent of like a 50 cal without any recoil. Like, it will blow off limbs and shit. It's like, oh yeah, no, that's a flashlight. It's not doing shit. Also, I just want to say, I'm sorry for getting you into this.
Don't be. It's fucking. I like I said on our phone call that one day. I gave
them too much time.
I'm surprised that it took me this long to properly get into it, because the lore is fucking metal.
It's a lot. It's really fucking. It's good. I dig it. I dig a lot of it. I still feel like the biggest nerd, because when I was going to pick up Magic cards for Chanel when she was like sick, not sick but like recovering, like I was like, I'm just gonna stop over in the in the section, look and see if I can't find like a new model set. Some dude like walks from behind me and he's like, the Emperor protects. And without fucking thinking, I was just like, Ave Imperator. I was like, why the fuck did I just say that? Like out loud in public. I am a fucking nerd. Okay, I think I'm good. I got it out.
Yeah, I yield the rest of my time.
Yeah. Congratulations. You had two more minutes.
Yeah.
But I'll take
I mean, I can spend it, but
so kind of an offshoot of this. But before I get into the Warhammer ones, the first ones I'm going to buy are these miniatures from this thing called Black Powder Red Earth, which is
yeah. I saw you posting about that. That stuff that is cool.
They're like the super tactical fucking operator miniatures. Black Powder Red Earth is a graphic novel series that's been running since 2015 that is like right in line with the style of like Deception, where it's all, hey, Iraq is destabilized, but we don't want to send the military in, so here's a fucking PMC to go work as advisors and shit like that. So
yeah,
and the miniatures are fucking cool.
Yeah.
So where I lived back in Ohio before I moved, Huber Heights, Ohio, there's a shopping center that has, it's like one of those like L-shaped like shopping centers, and in that crook of the L, there's a Warhammer store there, and it's the only physical Warhammer store I've ever seen.
That's fucking
I've only seen one as well.
Huber Heights, Ohio.
I've seen one, and it's in it's in Knoxville. It's in Turkey Creek. Like,
I don't know why, but for some reason, Sam said that. Then I thought of like a military L-shaped ambush, and it's like a bunch of regular dudes, and right at the crux is a fucking space marine, like initiate.
Yeah, it's a shopping center in Huber Heights, in between Joann's Fabric and Party City. So,
well, there you go. You can pick up your miniatures, you can pick up some fucking yarn, and then you can go buy a fucking birthday banner.
There you go.
Actually, I went to a Joann's Fabric for the first time in like years.
That's my errands turducken to bring it all back.
I went because so that's something I don't think I've talked about it on the channel yet, but Chelsea and I got cats. We got 2 kittens.
Yes, you did. And they're very cute.
They're very cute. But when we adopted them, they came home, like they gave us like a couple of the toys that they've been playing with in the shelter. And two of the things in there were like a purple and a white pipe cleaner. Like if you like the little crafts, like little bendy, like and they fucking love this. They're, aside from the empty Amazon box that we have in the hallway on our floor, those are their favorite things to play with, and they were getting really fucking shredded because they're cats. They do that. And I went to Joann's Fabric. I put down $4 and got a fucking big ass packet of pipe cleaners. Threw the old ones away, gave them the new ones, and they're fucking
off to the races.
That's how we taught my cat to fucking use light switches, because we just put a loop in the pipe cleaner and hang it on a fucking light switch, and the cat be jumping for it.
I love the idea of Zach like Pavlovian conditioning like some cats.
Yeah, nothing nefarious either. Just fucking this one.
Yeah, just a little.
Fucking Taskforce fucking Mittens over there could turn on my lights.
Taskforce Mittens.
And Taskforce Peace can turn on my fucking microwave. It's awesome.
Initiate Taskforce Mittens.
Operation Toe Beans is a go.
Toe Beans 6 going dark.
We broke Sam. There we go. We're back.
Has to happen at least once an episode.
Fucking God! On that note,
got you with the old 1-2 there, Sam.
Yeah, that was really good. Oh, my hair looks like a fucking mess. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of the Versus Vidcast. Really appreciate you coming in. Thank you to Zach. Thank you to Cole, as always. You know what you can do? You can do the good YouTube things. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification so YouTube can tell you exactly when new videos come out. And you know what? If you want to look up Sam vs. Sam on podcast apps that you might frequent. because there's an audio version of this that I put out there specifically for one person. But if you want to listen to it on a drive, you can also.
There's another. I thought things like that were only for me. With iHeart.
No, fuck Matt. He drives postal vans. Which, if you can talk to your friends,
he drives postal, just like today's the day.
It's like no, he works for the postal service. Which, Matt, if you could talk to your friends about how they stabbed my coffee, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, for fucking real, man.
Like, also give me my hoodie. I've been waiting for this motherfucker since the fucking 2nd of February.
Oh, also, one thing we forgot was Cole and Chanel also got a thing of Polynesian sauce.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, their sauce
that
is
didn't
Polynesian sauce and Chick-fil-A.
weirdly enough.
Yeah. I have watched that video at least 10 times because the way she says Polynesian sauce is fucking hilarious to me. For some reason, it reminds me of the Eric Andre, so time for a pizza ball, or whatever he says.
You know, I realized something too before we go.
Sorry, some like Pomeranians are like trying to kill each other outside my window.
Metal. So cool. I've been rewatching season 1 of Euphoria because I need to Chelsea wants to watch season 2 with me, so I need to.
It's a trip, I'll tell you that much.
It is a trip. I realized I was trying to, because whenever Zendaya does that like face in the show, it reminds me of Chanel.
I said the same thing to her last episode. I was like, I've seen you make that exact face so many fucking times.
Cole, have you watched season 2 of the show yet?
Yeah, we've been watching it.
I don't know if you've gotten to the episode yet, but do you know the episode where if you haven't gotten there yet, where I guess the son is caught in bed with another dude or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah, the dad, I'm friends with him. That's James C. Burns, the dad of that guy who catches them.
Wait, what? Run that by me one more time.
I'm friends with the actor who plays the dad.
Nate's dad. You're friends with the dude who plays Nate's dad.
Yeah, James Burns?
Give me 1 second here. I'm about to freak Chanel out.
That's not Nate's dad, Cole. It's a different character, I think.
He was only in 1 episode.
Yeah. Oh, never mind then.
Anyway, we're done. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification.
Yeah, do all that.
Do your YouTube things, and watch another video.
That'd be hilarious.
You know what? I don't know, but you better hurry the fuck back. You're gonna miss the clap.
Do the clap.
And as always, I would like to remind you.
I missed it.
Oh, have a great life.
Hey!
Oh, I love that. Thank you very much.